Okay, hello everybody. Yes, I'm Mr. White, also known as Viper. With me I have Mr. Blue.
Wait, why am I Mr. Blue?
I don't know, game said so.
But my real name is literally Mr. Green.
Okay, Mr. Green is on CoComs.
All right.
aka Robo Sparkle. This is Reservoir Dogs that came out in, I think it was like early 2000s, so 2003, 2004. This loosely goes off the film. The film itself is a bit here, there, and everywhere. So during this run, things might seem out of context, and we'll go back and forward between things, and we'll try and explain like the film as much as we can between the two of us. As you can see, I have my lovely crew behind me. So I have Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown, Mr. Orange, and I believe Mr. Blonde is somewhere. I do not know where, but he couldn't make it today, I don't think. But on other news, let's get started. So unsurprisingly, this is a GTA clone, so don't be surprised if you go, oh, okay, this is like a GTA thing. Yeah, it pretty much is. But if we're ready on time, we'll go with 3, 2, 1, go. And first and foremost, we're going to go straight into a loading screen. Now, there's quite a fair bit of these. We're actually going to be playing through each of the characters at least once. So there's Mr. Blue, so Mr. Blonde we play as a few times, Mr. Brown, and so on. And the first one is Mr. Blue, or Mr. Green, my co-commentator.
Nobody fucking move!
Yeah, there's quite a bit of swearing in this as well, so heads up as a bit of a heads up. So you can already tell, yeah, these graphics are pretty. So the way that the film works, how can you describe the film? Like, it starts with basically the aftermath of what this is supposed to be, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not told in a linear order. It's kind of told more in the order that gives the necessary information to the audience, I'd say.
Leave him. You can handle him.
Also, there's a lot of cutscenes in this game. And guess what? We can't skip them. So you get a lot of in-game cutscenes. So first and foremost, we need to get Mr. Blue out of there, which will involve running past the police. So immediately, like, this is actually called Reservoir Dogs, but it's more like running dogs. So for the most part, go, there you go. Not much killing going on there, and then I think, there you go, oops, my bad. Oh, good shot.
Yeah.
There we go. There you get that. There we go. Get rid of him, and now literally, so the whole point of this part here, so we're actually supposed to wait for the SWAT guys to come in. There'll be a couple of cops that come in through the window here, which you can do that. And all we have to do is actually just stand here. I can run towards the door. I mean, this guy's probably going to get in the way, so sorry about this, buddy. There we go. Just stand there. Now, for some reason, this works. Don't ask me why, it just does. If you're stood in this corner, the police for some reason just don't know you're there. So you'll be stood there going, so, they're like, I don't know, like, where's he gone? I don't know. So we have a 30-second warning. This is literally all part of the game. We can't move anywhere, we can't go anywhere. I mean, if we want to, we can actually shoot.
It's just a survival thing.
But for the most part, you can literally either stand there like that or run. Now, running tends to do a tad bit different. But watch what happens in a minute. So the SWAT guys are waiting. You can see as well that the shots aren't touching us.
They're so close.
But yeah, so rather than this be, I mean, like I said, it's a GTA clone for the most part. But yeah, how do we actually explain this? It's pretty difficult, isn't it?
I mean, it's a heist movie, and like all good heist movies, everything happens in the wrong order, and you're only sort of revealed at the very last moments. Except in this case, the stuff that you're revealed is usually the character motivations rather than suddenly it turns out that you had the jewels the whole time.
Also, so Mr. Brown, where is he? There he is. He's there. We're going to be playing as you next, and we're driving. Apparently, he's racing the other guys in the other car. So we've got 6 of us, and yeah. So for the most part, here's the driving mechanics. This is about as basic as it gets. There's going to be a couple of driving segments in it. This is literally just point A to point B, so nothing too special. The one thing I will mention, which is quite unique about this game, is the fact that, so depending on what you do in the missions will depend on your overall grade. So you can think of, like, most games will be like, you know, they have, what is it? Also, pardon me. Oh, he's back in front. Okay, go. Let's go. Also, nitrous in the car. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. So in terms of what actually happens is, if you kill a lot of people, you get classed as a psychopath. If you take a lot of people hostage, don't kill anybody. Basically, it's a bit like
the Metal Gear Solid code names.
Yeah, so it's a bit like, I always think of it as like Undertale, where you've got like pacifist and then what's the
genocide.
Genocide, yeah. So in the the driving segments, it's quite easy to get the professional rating because of the fact that even if I hit a few cars, like so, and even he's hit a few cars, it's not too bad. And the one thing I will mention as well is this dialogue. So the dialogue is slightly random whenever you play it. He always says like, oh yeah, so I've got like me and this girl hooked up and da-da-da-da. But the story does kind of change. For example, now he might talk about a guy who accidentally decided to light a whiskey shop on fire and it backfired. Or he'll be talking about something else entirely. And it's one of those games as well, which I do also like, for the fact that if you happen to crash like that wasn't actually what I wanted to do, but anyway. But if you crash during the conversation, then they actually can just stop talking, like, wait, you weren't supposed to do that, were you? And then carry on talking, as I was saying. Yeah. So it is quite funny.
Like earlier when you were in the wrong lane and it was like, you're trying to get us killed?
Yeah, pretty much. Also, the funny thing is, so this story that's being told right now is not one I hear very often. So this is like a rare chance. I suppose it's because, it's like, yeah, we've got to tell you like the other alternate stories.
Oh yeah. You've really got to enjoy Mr. Pink's stories.
Now, I will say one of the key ingredients that is missing from this game, mainly from the driving segment, is the car radio. So unsurprisingly, a bit like, again, like GTA games and things like that, there is a lot of copyrighted music in here. It's pretty good music as well that they put in the game, but it's a shame that it's copyrighted and DMCA and stuff like that.
I mean, we're criminals, but we've got limits.
Oh yeah. It's like we can't upset the DMCA guys. Also, let's hope I'll beat him easy. So the guy who's got the record is a guy called Soupsake, I think it is, altogether. Also, that is it. We've won that race. I mean, how this fits. This actually doesn't happen in the film. They don't race to the warehouse. Again, films and games, they can obviously tell different things. There's the what I was on about before, the scale between whether you're a criminal or professional. Like I said, the less cars you hit in the driving segment, then obviously the more professional you are, the more cars you end up destroying and things like that, the more of a psychopath you are. Unsurprisingly, and this probably goes without saying, is that in the running sections like this, there's usually a lot of killing going on. And now we're playing, where is he? Mr. Pink, there he is. You're up. Oh yeah. Why are you Mr. Pink? Speedrunning purposes. Why can't you be Mr. Purple? Some guy in another job's Mr. Purple. You Mr. Pink. Sorry.
It saves time if you're Mr. Pink because it's fewer syllables.
Yeah, that's true. So these guys here, they unfortunately we do have to kill those. So you start off normally with a single pistol. If you pick one up, then you have the double pistol, so you have the akimbo. And when I was saying before about the running around things, so here you go. There's two cops here. There's one here, and there's his buddy over there. One thing I will say, there we go. They're gonna start shooting me. There we go. And quickly stop that. There we go. And the one thing that I was actually just about to mention was the fact that in this game, depending on the enemies you kill, will depend on where the next one spawns. So, for example, them two cops back there, if I killed both of them, there'd be these cops over here that you can see are running into shot. They would actually be, like, they would already have spawned, and like there's a few SWAT guys and stuff that spawn. What are the main weapons that we use in this? Again, like, it's quite funny how... There we go. These guys... Oh, just about, yeah, I got him. Nice. There is, unsurprisingly, there is health packs, by the way. Also, there we go, just run past. Again, there are police in here. There's a guy who's just like saying, I gotta get out of it. If he gets in your way, he can slow you down, but again, at most, it doesn't waste any more than a couple of seconds. Also, like explosions.
Yeah, I think they're right.
Feast your eyes on this, my friend. Okay. Are you ready? Whoa, many explosions. There should be a cop that comes up there. There he is. Okay, I missed him completely, but that's fine. Also, even though the music is muted, there is actually going to be like a few, like 3 or 4 seconds in a minute. So feel free to cat jam if you wish. There we go.
Take it easy. Oh, fuck this.
That's it. Oops. Guy clearly is having a bad day. He's having an even worse day. My bad. Anyway, so for the most part, again, these guys can spawn in various different ways wherever they want to be. It says there's a... Oh, I got that, thank God. There is supposed to be... I think there's dogs there, but again, funnily enough, works quite well. With it being Reservoir dogs. But Mr. Beige, have we got any donations?
We do indeed, Mr. White. We have one a $5 donation from Mr. Blonde, who says, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. That donation goes to the Ghost of Tsushima Japanese Voices Incentive.
Okay, so next one, my turn, Mr. White. So the funny thing is, a lot of these levels are repeated. Yeah, that doesn't sound good, does it? So a lot of the time you'll be finding that, like in the last one we just played as Mr. Pink, so now we're Mr. White. Now, there is like a heads up, so now you see what position he's in.
Rule number 1, any more shit and you lose a thumb. Listen to me.
I think you got the point, but anyway.
Are we absolutely clear on rule number 1? Okay, good.
I think
Rule
that
number 2.
goes without saying.
Shit, no. You shout for the cops and I shoot you in the fucking head. Got it?
I think you got the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're now Mr. White. Unfortunately, it does not have white hair like I originally thought, but
That'd be a bit of a giveaway. He's wearing a white shirt. That's how you can tell he's Mr. White.
I was going to say, one of the things is that the characters that are in the actual film, so they are obviously they all get given these nicknames. There's a guy at the head of it who's called Joe Cabro, I think it is, or something like that. And he basically runs a shot. So the whole idea, let's just we could really sum up Reservoir Dogs as a film. So, also to kind of put it a bit bluntly, also SWAT guys are pretty difficult, so hopefully I can get this guy. Yeah, I got him. Nice. He didn't seem too happy about that.
No.
But anyway, so exactly, very rude. So with the way the film goes is that, long story short, we have a bank robbery or a jewel robbery or something like that. It goes tragically wrong, and what we end up seeing is we see the aftermath. So basically, the film starts essentially back to front. So you can imagine. Also, that was a flashbang, by the way. You can imagine it being like, okay, so there's a bank. It's like a bank heist that's gone wrong. It's like, who did it? Something's gone wrong, but how?
Yeah.
During the course of the film, you find out that there is, unfortunately, a traitor in the group. I won't give that away as to who that is until it comes across. So for the most part, there'll be SWAT guys and stuff like that running in. The funny thing is, so this game got brought to my attention quite a few years ago. So I think I was out like shopping around for games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I ended up seeing this for the original Xbox, and I was like, oh, never played this before. So I picked it up. Anyway, I kept it like on my shelf and everything like that. Didn't really play it again. I don't really remember much of my first playthrough. Anyway, fast forward to, I think it was last year, like late last year maybe, or middle of last year, just after ESA summer. Blind Runners, which is basically where they have, kind of goes without saying, you have basically you run a game blind from start to finish without knowing anything, and then your second run's usually like a lot better and so on. It gets you into running random games pretty much.
I do the same thing.
So this game came up, and I was like, well, I have played it, but I don't remember it. Anyway, so I started playing it. I was like, okay, right, this is... I got through it in like an hour and 10 minutes or something along them lines. And next thing was like, you know what, I'll go through it again. Did a second run, and that was kind of it. And then, yeah, from there I just started running it, and here we are. Also, Mr. Orange, I'm afraid you've just been shot. And I don't mean dead, I mean you're injured. And I'm driving you to the warehouse. So apparently we're going to get you to Joe and get you stitched up, so you'll be all good to go. I hope that's okay. Might be a bumpy ride, so hold on. The reason I say that is because the whole time there's the police chasing us. Yeah, and also you keep saying that I'm dying. We find out Mr. White is actually called Larry. I know, what a great name for me, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, what were your memories from the film, Mr. Green?
I think definitely the twist of why it went wrong. It's something that I think is built up really well on the first viewing, and then like when you watch it again, you're kind of like, oh yeah. So to much sense now, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, it's like a lot of nitpicks and things during the film. You think,
a lot of the intricate detail in some of the stories as well. I think I really enjoy it. Like there are so many just complete non sequiturs and stories that don't really go anywhere.
the funny thing is, so I find with Reservoir Dogs, also, oops, my bad, goddamn taxis, they will be the death of me, I swear. They're the death of me in Driver, and the death of me here as well. But the one thing that got me is the fact that even though, as I mentioned before, like the, also this will be a bit chaotic, so I do apologise, is that, also, sorry dude, my bad. This is GTA after all, so yeah, that does happen. But yeah, like when I first watched it, I was like, okay, so there's several parts of the film that I don't understand. Like I didn't get like what had happened or anything. Like this was the first time I watched the film.
Yeah.
You get very confused, but the more, like you said, the more you watch it, the more you obviously you'll piece together the film as it goes. Also, that's that level done. But yeah, so like for the most part, it's like okay, you know, all these things are going on in the film. You've got all these different segments, and you put them all together, and you just think, well, it doesn't make any sense. But when you get to the end of it, you go, oh, okay.
Suddenly it does.
Yeah, this is one of them films where, also I keep forgetting to skip the cutscenes. But one of the main things is that as the film is like all over the place, for me, I actually found that, yeah, okay, it is a bit confusing as a film, but also the fact that you can put it together. You can actually fill in the missing blanks. Also, Mr. Blonde looking cool as ever. And the cast for this film, by the way, was fantastic. And that's kind of an understatement, given it's Quentin Tarantino. So this is Mr. Blonde, who is actually an absolute psychopath in the film anyway. Also, I'm just going to pick up his pistol. There will be a fair bit of shooting in this one, as you can see. My bad. Oops. Is there a guy with a shotgun? No, this one? No, it's fine. But yeah, so the cast for this film is fantastic. So Mr. Blonde is played by Michael Madsen, for those that may recognise him. I think it's Harvey Keitel or something like that, who plays Mr. White. Tim Roth plays Mr. Orange. And unsurprisingly, Quentin Tarantino himself has a part in the film. He plays Mr. Brown. There is other characters in there as well. But yeah, I think it's also Eddie Penn is in this as well. Something like that. I think
so.
Who is Sean Penn's son, I believe. So yeah, so I think it's Sean Penn. Sean Penn? I can't remember. I'm probably a bit out, so I do apologise if I'm a bit out. Also, as regards the shot.
I didn't spot enough on the trivia.
But yeah, so like a lot of the characters that are in this game are also like really good actors and things like that. And I believe as well, if I'm not mistaken, this was actually one of Quentin Tarantino's first films that he did. Before he did the likes of Pulp Fiction and so on. Obviously Pulp Fiction a lot of people know of. I don't think there's a game of Pulp Fiction. Also, is there a guy with a shotgun here? No, there isn't. That's fine. Again, I said this was Reservoir Dogs. It's more like running dogs because most of the time we end up running to places. Surprisingly, this takes up about, I would say about 90% of the game. Also, I didn't think I got him. So for the most part, your lock-on feature that you have can sometimes target the wrong person. This is fine anyway, for the most part, it gets the right person, but still. Also, in the security room, we have 3 switches. Can you guess which one it is? It's that one, there you go. Oh, we got the SWAT. Right, so, again, this is also random. So the SWAT guys can be a real pain in the backside. I can hopefully get these guys. I might have to, oh god, please don't kill me. Okay, come on. Go out from behind your hidey hole. There we go. Okay, so I haven't got much health, so I'm probably either going to have to think about playing this safe or just run and pray. I'm going to run and pray. We're going for it. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. No, no. Come on. There's a guy here. Oh god. Where is he? He's behind on the outside of this door. Where are you? Come here, you. There.
There's the bastard.
Gotcha. Health. Oh, I think I made it. Phew. Right, okay. That was close. That can be, like, the first time I did that as well was very, very tricky. Also, I didn't pick up a shotgun, but that's no bother. Right, these 2 cops here, these can actually come up the stairs.
Oh, shit.
Like that. Although, normally they're about halfway up the stairs. Hopefully I can get this guy. Did he not die? Oh, God, okay, so we have a few more cops in the hallway. Wait, whoa, you're not supposed to come out yet. Okay, right. Hang on a minute. I might have to, again, I'll play this one safe. Normally I can just run and gun, but it's fine. Right, is there a shotgun here? No, there isn't. Okay, it's fine, no problem. So normally what happens is you get, if you pick up a shotgun, you usually kill the guy who's running down the stairs. That brings the 2 cops upstairs. You then use that to bring up the rest of the guys. And also, I'm not even going to chance this. There we go. Right, okay. There is one other guy here, which I'm going to have to, again, I'm going to play this one safe. There we go. Right, nice. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's like the end of that level. That one is very chaotic, and I promise anybody that runs this game the first time, this will be the first place where you die a lot. Mainly because of the fact that you saw me run and gun. Normally I don't do it with that little amount of health. But in like a first playthrough, don't be surprised if you end up dying a lot there. Speaking of like everything, you see with a cop there, and he said he had a surprise for him. Guess what he's just gone and done?
What's he gone and done?
He's gone and kidnapped him. Oh no!
Bloody hell!
Here he is. Also, whilst we're waiting for this cutscene to start, sorry, the game to start playing, Mr. Beige, have we got any donations you'd like to read?
We do indeed, Mr. White. We have a $5 donation from Dead as Dillinger, who says, I should really rewatch Reservoir Dogs. I shouldn't speed watch it though. And that one goes towards the Ghost of Tsushima Japanese Voices donation incentive. Back to you, Mr. White.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beige. So, unsurprisingly, in this mission, you can see that we have a red gauge on the left-hand side. I should point out a couple of things because I feel like I haven't explained some of the game. So, unsurprisingly, you have the health bar on the top left. That is your character's health, not the car health, I believe. And the car can get as wrecked as anything. Also, there's going to be a bit of a shoot up, but let's hopefully get faster. Okay, right, just avoided the chopper. For some reason, I'm always tempted to like duck whenever there's a chopper shooting overhead. Yeah, so all cars, for some reason, or the cars that you drive in particular in this game, all have nitrous. I do not know why they decided to put nitrous. I suppose it makes things faster anyway. But yeah, for the most part in this mission, we have the cop in the back of... Okay, he's driving a bit erratically, but anyway. We have the cop in the back. You can see him squirming around back there. And if you can see on the left the red gauge there with the speed, if we don't go fast enough, which obviously is not going to be a problem at the moment, but if we don't go fast enough or we slow down enough, which is like one or two examples where they have the cops coming after you anyway, like they chase you the whole way through this. They can be quite annoying, I will admit. But one of the things that is important is there is a timer, which you can see at the top right-hand corner there. If you slow down enough, he can escape, and as in, like, the time doesn't go down too fast. Like, for some reason, there you go. Now it starts. I don't know why it doesn't do it during the jump. It's very weird. But one of the things that we do a lot in this mission, in any of the driving missions, I should say, is we end up just tapping the boost a little bit. So you can see now it's flashing. Yeah. And basically, this is like a bit of a speed boost. I mean, we've got to go fast, right? We're speedrun.
Yeah, go fast.
So, yeah, for the most part, this is literally like, again, point A to P. There's nothing too exciting about the driving segments. If you get better at these, though, it does come in quite useful. The one thing I will mention is the Mr. White mission that we did earlier on. Now, it is possible to glitch through the truck right near the end of the mission. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get it. I think it might be to do with the fact of moving the mouse quite erratically and things like that. Maybe it is possible on the controller, I don't know, but yeah, for those who don't know, I'm using a controller. Also, I love this dialogue.
How about a chili dog? Nah, I didn't think so.
You want anything? Well, I mean, kidnapped and you can't hear anything, so probably not. I wouldn't be surprised if the guy flew out the back, judging by this. Right, so where was we? Right, okay, again, the story's all over the place. So, there is also, I forgot to mention, there's 15 chapters in this game. We're already about halfway through, which is pretty good considering the estimate. There is a couple of hard missions coming up still. More specifically, I think it's chapter 12 or 11. I'm not quite sure. Also, I love this logic. So he bashes this wall for some reason. That allows that to be opened. I mean, he probably broke his fist. And he says that, and even though he's like, he literally just fell off the ladder like 2 seconds ago. Like, come on. There's no one that's that stupid. This cop, by the way, you can kill him if you choose to do so. You can run past him. I'm going to run past him today. You can literally choose to do whichever. We'll set the alarm off any minute now. Now? No, that's not. Oh, it'll go off now. There we go. Hey, eventually. So there's these two cops here. This guy here has a machine gun. I won't worry about the shotgun guy there as much. This guy's innocent, so I'm going to leave him to it.
I'm out of here.
There is a couple of guys behind the fence. Where is he? There. So I will mention something. So the machine gun is quite a heavy weapon. It's quite powerful compared to the other guns, in this mission. But the thing is, the shotgun is equally as like powerful. Yeah, I did kill that guy. I wasn't sure. This guy, no, I don't aim onto him. There we go. So the one thing that I can easily mention here is the fact that with this particular mission, so thank you very much. I will quickly use that. Okay, these two guys have spawned. That's interesting. There's more more cops. I didn't think there was, but anyway. But yeah, so there's actually one part in particular in this mission that's very, very difficult. The machine gun, like I said, it can drain you of your health if you're not careful. So this guy here, I have to be careful of, but luckily he's fine. Now this takes, for some reason, this took me quite a while to do because I used to go like in there where the locker is. So in a second, anyway now, there we go. These SWAT guys coming through here, and you can actually just run past them. But for me, I always try and kill like most of them, especially this guy with the shield here, like that. Try and get past him. There we go. Okay, fine. Ooh, steady. There we go. Phew. Okay, right. Fair enough. We got through him. I love how the fact that like everyone's like, wait, you promised us a run, and you end up showing us just you running, right? So yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's run.
It's just running, yeah. Running simulator.
I mean, it's not particularly fast run.
No.
I mean, he's not like he doesn't hurry.
I mean, he can sprint, but still. The other thing I should mention as well is, so with the shotgun and the pistol, you lock onto the enemy and it's fine. The bullets go where you want them to go. But the thing is, you'll probably notice as well is the machine gun has recoil on it, which also these guys have the worst aim in the world. Showing, yes they are. There you go. You can run right under them. Normally, if you want to, you can actually shoot them. But again, like I said, for the most part, I'm playing this safe. I'm not like going to go haywire on it. The ending of this mission in particular is quite difficult as well. But yeah, if we've got anything that we want to talk about, by the way, Robert, feel free to mention.
I mean, there wasn't anything specific necessarily about the game. I think it's kind of all fairly self-explanatory. I think it's also probably worth highlighting, I guess, why we're here. Doing this and killing so many people, and it is for the good of the raid. Yeah, we're raising money for Alzheimer Funding. We're already at $71,000. You guys have been incredibly generous so far. Over $71,000 raised. We've still got a day and a half to go. So, yeah, please do keep that all coming in.
So one of the main things that I can mention here is the fact that like half of the game cutscenes, so this game's actually timed, unsurprisingly, without load, so we have an in-game time load remover. The guy, like I said, Soupsteak, the world record holder for this game, is ridiculously fast. So I think like my in-game time is like 45 or something like that, and his is like a 42 or something, or 41. But it is proper, like, he's very, very quick. I personally don't know how the guy does it, but still. Also, the lines that you read for each of the chapters, by the way, I know they have swearing in them, but the lines of each of the chapters is actually a line from the film in some sort of way. Also, smashing through things, because why not? So essentially, this is chapter 9. Chapter 9 is what you could probably call Checkpoint Charlie. So there is, I think, 3 or 4 barricades that you have to speed through. For the most part, this is going to be like police and absolute chaos. So yeah, expect a lot of crashing and bashing. The physics on this game can be kind of whack. And also, so the funny thing is, you can actually shoot from your vehicle, I believe. Although I just choose not to do it. It's actually much fun, so unsurprisingly, it is much faster if you just put your foot down and drive than it is to shoot the cops.
What?
So yeah, I know, which is perfect for me because I run racing games, so this is fine. The funny thing is, so I think probably even ESA might have been surprised. It was like, wait, Viper's not running a racing game in some guy, and then they've seen this and gone, no, I see why he's submitting that. No, yes, this makes sense. He's still technically driving. Also, I didn't go too bad, all things considered.
How are the driving physics in this compared to other games?
Arcade-ish, I want to say. I mean, given the fact that this was basically a GTA clone, also. Okay, I'd say that's police 0 and concrete bomb.
Yeah. I mean, some guys know how to drive into oncoming traffic, and some guys know how to drive into, well, concrete.
I mean, I think he really got the point with the concrete. I mean, he wanted to stop, right? And he wanted me to pull over. I mean, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, so like for the most part, the driving physics in this are very pick up and play, I would say. They're not difficult to get used to, and being honest, unsurprisingly, the police are the most like RNG point of the run. And like first and foremost, they can get in your way. You can actually speed past them like, if you want to. For some reason, I've got something extra super annoying today, but this is fine. There is a checkpoint right at the end here. As you can see, it's marked with the orange dot. And for some reason, also, he just decided to drive straight into the barrier. I mean, sure, okay, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, so this game, to try and like sell it, I guess, to the general like speedrunning audience, it is mainly a run and gun. The idea is obviously to try and take as least amount of damage as possible. Also, we are not paying the toll, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's $5 I'm going to donate because of that.
Yeah.
I suppose we could actually make that chance also.
Yeah. We'll pay the toll to outside of funding instead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why, I mean, the reason why the police are chasing us is simply because of the fact that, well, we're the criminals, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
It feels like a kind of, here's one I prepared earlier moment. But yeah, so like for the most part, if you're into Grand Theft Auto, you may enjoy this. A lot of people probably would, I think, from personally speaking of the GTA community. But also if you're into just like shooters in general, you might enjoy this a lot. The only bit you might not enjoy is, like I said, probably the driving part. But again, this was around the same. I mean, obviously we have a lot of GTA clones, especially this day and age anyway. And obviously the 2000s was very synonymous for them. And this is basically, like I said, this was basically one of them. Unsurprisingly, it didn't sell too well. But I think if you can kind of look at it, this game isn't fantastic in what it tries to do, but at the same time, I mean, at the end of the day, it is quite fun. I find it very fun to run. And funnily enough as well, whilst we're on topic of like runs and marathons, I actually found out this got in another marathon like a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, yay! So I get 2 for the price of 1. So again, like I do personally wish like one of the things that we could do is skip these in-game cutscenes and just go straight into the action, because this would speed up the game so much. But I mean, until we find that out, I'm pretty sure there might actually be like a stack overflow or something like that that we might be able to do, possibly. But again, I'm not like 100% sure. We haven't figured it out yet, if there is one. There should be a guy just waiting on the corner. Yes, there is. Oh god, hello. Didn't mean to whack him, but yeah, that works. Sure. Nice. These locks, by the way, the easiest way to get the locks on the doors is... okay, I guess he's not going to shoot me. Okay, that was fine. Oh god. Okay, right. Try and make this quick. So, this bit's a bit difficult here. There we go. So, get rid of him. There should be 2 guys here. Yes. Yeah, we'll get rid of them guys as well. Also, the alarm's going off again. Ooh, god. So, all the things that you can actually do to get yourself further into the into the game, or to make the game a tad bit faster, is you can see that I did like a tuck and roll there. That's mainly because of the fact that I can spawn in a lot closer. This guy over here, by the way, has an assault rifle. We're not going to use that. I actually want to be careful here, because there's quite a few explosions here. Did the guy survive? He come in at the wrong moment. No, he came at the right moment. He's now charcoal. My apologies. The guy, I mean, wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. You have to have one of them days where you just walk into a room that explodes.
Oh yeah, I mean, the alternative title for Reservoir Dogs was Wrong Time, Wrong Place.
Yeah. It'd be funny. I mean, we was actually thinking about this. So, what other games can you name that have got an animal in their title? I know we've just had like Wendy. Yeah, what was it called? Wendy what? Something. I can't remember. The game we just had with the animals. But what else have we got? So we obviously have Stray. But what other games do we have that have an animal in their title?
The marathon?
Yeah, or just in general, like what games have animals in their titles?
Oh, okay.
Just stick with the animal theme here.
Yeah, stick with the animal theme. I mean, you got the obvious ones like things like the Bugs Bunny, Double Duck, Mickey Mouse games, like the sort of those tie-ins where the characters are literally named animals. I mean, Bugs Bunny, you got a twofer because you got Bug and you got Bunny. But
I mean, I was going to say we've got. I think one that I can definitely think of is Sitting Ducks.
yeah,
Which that game is a thing, by the way. For those that have never seen it, yeah, go and watch it. It's based off a kids show. If you didn't know, I didn't know until I think it was ESA Winter last year. It was part of that like group that Ricky brings.
Yeah.
So this is I will quickly mention as well that this is the mission first of the last few. Well, sorry. Hang on, wait. Let me try this again. So this mission we play as Eddie and Mr. Pink, who is behind me somewhere. Where is he? He is there. He is driving to get to the warehouse and he wants to get rid of these cops. Now the whole point of this is that you want to get to the end result without any police on you whatsoever. The quickest way to do it is to jump in front of Mr. Pink, which as you can see on the mini-map, he's behind us. And we're going to just follow his set path that he has, and we're going to just try and keep ahead of him. He might try and take us out here, but that's fine if he does. Or he might just do that, and that's fine. But the whole point is that we're going to try and drive as fast as we can to get to the end result here. The reason why I say that this is tricky is like, oh, okay, it's a driving mission. It shouldn't be too difficult, right? No, you're dead wrong. The reason why it's difficult, I was going to say, he's probably going to bash me off course here, that's fine. But the main reason why this mission is difficult is because of the fact that, as I said before, you need to make sure that you have no police on you whatsoever when you get to the finish line. This is a problem because as you go through this mission, there are a lot of points. Like, for me, when I first played this, I was basically blowing up the cops constantly and keeping them off him, like playing the game as the game tells you to play. Unfortunately, what I then found out from, I think it was from Supersake or some of the Reservoir Dogs community, was the fact that, hey, you don't actually need to destroy these cops. You can actually just drive to the end and then destroy them like right near the end. And you can actually skip all of the little like points where the police can spawn in. I was like, oh, sure, okay. So this is literally, this mission is get from point A to point B as fast as possible. And also hope that the police don't die as well. This is the one thing you have to make sure they don't. They don't blow up and everything like that before you get to the end. There's one other thing as well. Now, I don't know how this works, but also, yeah, flip.
nice flip.
Nice flip. Should definitely donate for that reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, you have the police obviously chasing you all the way there. Now, between jumps, I try not to go too fast because if you go too fast over the bumps, you activate a slow motion cutscene. It's the reason why, like now, I will put the brakes on to slow down because it basically makes sure that, a bit like in GTA where you can use the slow-mo thing to cancel it out. Sorry, the Vigilante, I think it was, to cancel it out.
Yeah, there is.
Also, these cops are lasting a long time. This is really good, which means that all I have to do now is I can blow them up right near the end. Like, I think when I'm away from like the last point. Oh, they're flashing. Okay, that's good. That's really good. I just have to make sure that they don't get destroyed by this corner here where the two cops are. If they get blown up now, then that's going to be like game over. Can probably wait for him actually. Come on. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Hello. Where is he? Okay. All right. So then these cops. Okay, that's fine. Where's the cop gone? He's here somewhere. Where is he? I'm not getting busted. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's on fire. That's good. Which means that I can just wait and start driving. He'll blow up on his own. There we go. There we go. Nice. So that is the last of the cop spawns. Luckily, like I said, you can make the first two last all the way to the end. Also, I want to make sure I didn't. Okay, I changed the soundtrack. That was nice, but it doesn't matter because we got here anyway, which is a big shame. Yeah, so Mr. Pink decides to go and ditch the stones, which is like, where are we going? I don't know. And also, we find out Eddie can't drive to save his life. Anyway, so with that being said, we now have the next mission, which is Eddie, or Nice Guy Eddie, as he's known in the film. So basically, you've just seen us, we've just drove all that way and everything. Pink's gone and hid the stones somewhere. Again, the game is like the film, so there's several bits. The bits are out of place. Like, for example, the ending is like something that happens near the start. You don't see it on camera either. This is another thing with the film, is that there's characters that die off screen, which is a real shame, really, because, I mean, there is some sort of context with it, but for the most part, it's not too much. Also, because we're playing as Nice Guy Eddie, he doesn't have a pistol. He has a 50 cal revolver. Sorry, right, 50 cal revolver. Sorry, no. Round about. Get it right. It's a Desert Eagle he has, and it's powerful as anything. So I'm gonna just quickly run past. There we go. And there should be 2 cops around here as well. Yeah, we've got the machine guns ready. Nice. Can I pick that up? Yes, I can. Nice. So, funnily enough, the Desert Eagle ammo that we have, we want to try and make it last as long as possible. If we can do that, then that's really good because of the fact that a lot of enemies take like maybe 2 shots or 1 shot to kill. There's a SWAT guy here, which I could have just left in 1 shot, but never mind. The one thing I have to make sure I don't do in later parts of the game is I have to make sure that I don't pick up certain weapons. So, for example, I don't want to be picking up... Okay, I can easily just get rid of him, that's fine. That wasn't what I wanted, but that's fine as well. But yeah, like for the most part... There we go. Stay together. Also, the cops blew that up, not me. But yeah, like the film's very out of whack with its characters. But the story like is not linked together properly. But if you can put it together, then it's pretty good. Also, down that wasn't what I wanted to happen. It's fine anyway. We've got this. Okay, where's we got? Nice. Okay, get rid of these guys. Oh, shotgun somewhere. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, no. There we go. Okay, got it. Nice. But yeah, so I ideally want to only pick up like a few weapons during this, during the missions, because if I pick up the wrong one, also, yikes. Did I get that from that? Nice. Oh, wrong person, my bad. He was, again, wrong place at the wrong time.
I mean, he just got damaged to President, the cop there.
That was pretty bad. There was an accident, I promise. Also, that did not make you deaf. Come on. Okay, I got this on practice run. That's alright. Is there another cop? No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, shut. Oh, okay, right. So that door blows up, and guess who's on the other side of it? Mr. White, who thinks you're a cop. So this happens.
Shit! Thought you were a cop. What the fuck, Larry? Take your fucking hands off.
Yeah, as I said, this is an 18+ game, so I expect there to be a lot of swearing. But then again, yes, I've shown GTA before, right? So it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
also,
shooting cops is not a new thing.
Mr. Pink, by the way, as well. He just turns up out of nowhere. So 1 minute he's not there, next minute he's there. It's like, suddenly, Mr. Pink appears. So, Mr. Blonde is not here, unfortunately. So we can't like mention much about him. But he does have 2 things. The first thing is, if you remember back to the first mission we played as Mr. Blonde, he was already at the bottom of these stairs. This is to show how he got there. So this is before, so obviously the bank's gone bang and all the rest of it, and so on. You can hear now, this is the shoot. So this is the same bit from the start of the game. Again, it's a case of trying to pick up whereabouts in the film it is. So for the most part, let's just say that the start of the film is when, or in the case of the game, is that you basically have also run in, run straight out again. There we go. Is that the bank robbery or the jewel heist or whatever it is? That is basically the starting point. And a lot of this is basically what happened. Okay, this is fine. Wait, what? He didn't. That's a smoker. I didn't want that. This is what I mean about weapons, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, took a good chunk of my health there. Okay, I got him. That's fine. He's no head now, but I've got him now. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm ahead now.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was a skull check right there.
Yeah, that was basically peekaboo. Oops. Right, there should be a cop around here. Yes, there is. Now, what I don't want is these 2 cops here to kill me. They have machine guns, so they can't hit you. Okay, right, that was actually really good. Where is it? Right, so I need to get to that first aid box before these guys get around the corner and shoot me. If I don't, I die.
Okay.
Like that. Okay, so there's one other guy. Get rid of him. That's fine. As soon as you come out here. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the thing. Like, they have most of the SWAT guys have like shotguns and machine guns and things like that. Don't worry about the alarms. It's fine.
Okay.
If anything, they're actually celebration. They're not
party. They're party alarms.
Yeah, exactly. So a load of cops here will spawn here. We want this cop over here. We can. Get rid of him. So you can see, again, for the most part, you just run past them. It's quite fun, to be honest. I'll be honest, like, again, there's not much in terms of speed tech other than just aim and shoot. Forget that. There we go. There is actually a cop hidden behind that door, I think. Let's see, is he there? No, he's not there. Okay, right. Sometimes he does spawn there. Oh, I was going the wrong way. There we go. Health. Nice. Yeah, for the most part, there is like a few police that usually spawn in certain locations. You can also see why. There we go. You can also see why I don't have the. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to have like pick up any extra weapons. So, for the most part, you have your pistols like so. Also, this is the start of the level of. You'll see like the cutscene as well. And I got pushed there. Nice. So you can see now. This is about where that other mission picked up.
Yep.
So now he's just starting to smoke a cigarette. Or
yeah, those things will kill
smoking
you.
a fag, as they say in Britain. Yeah. So that's basically the last of Mr. Blonde. Now, I can bring in Mr. Orange here. So Mr. Orange may remember he got shot earlier. We got to the safe house. So this is all like before this happens. So this is our escape from when we were playing with Mr. White and we managed to get there. Unfortunately, I think it was someone's been shot. I forget who it is. Oh, Mr. Orange got shot and there was blood on the windscreen. Yeah. So we now get to play as Mr. Brown and we get to drive Mr. White and Mr. Orange to the safe house. Now this is like a good 5 minutes of driving. Like this is a good chunk of the end game. You get from one side to the other. Which brings us very nicely into a nice little segue for Mr. Beige. So if any donations or anything you want to mention about charity, the floor is more than yours for a good 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. White. Well, we do have a $5 donation from our very own Zet, who says, off the top of my head, Gex, Into the Gecko, Frogger, Later Alligator. Honestly, games with animals in their title is a hard question.
It's Batman.
Yeah, true. If you do have any suggestions, chat, please do keep them coming. Also going to give a quick plug to an upcoming incentive while we're here. You may know that Genesis is doing a Pokemon Red/Blue run in a couple of runs' time. There is a Name the Trainer incentive for that run. Currently soaring ahead in the incentive is Zelda as the name, but if you want to submit a competitor to that name, or if you want to ensure that Zelda definitely takes the cake, then make sure you submit to that donation, and do not forget that that name needs to be exactly 5 characters long.
Also have a listen to this story, by the way.
Oh yeah. Fucking hearse. Yeah, it's a funeral for a goddamn mafia boss. All right, Brown.
Okay, well, apart from that bit.
I got into a motherfucking mafia funeral procession.
Man, that was some unlucky shit.
That is pretty unlucky. You gotta admit, it's like, why is the traffic being so slow? Oh, I'm just gonna cut in front of a funeral procession. Wait a minute. Why is all the cars black? And why have they all got sunglasses? And why are they all looking at me? Wait a minute. What's 2 and 2 together? Oops, it's a mafia procession. Which means, if I'm not mistaken, with the mafia procession, it's all the what is it? That.
Yeah.
You have to do that for the
you
mafia
have to keep
procession.
walking forward. Yeah.
I can't see too
Oops. Also, nice flip, I guess. Sure. Again, game physics. That's all I'm going to say to this.
They're just showing off some skills.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? This is ESA. We know Viper's doing it. Let's show off. It's fine. Oh, see? Oh, there we go. And again.
Oh, he's going for the 2-wheel driving there.
Oh god, that's a drug. We don't want that. Or van. Never mind. There we go. Yeah. So the more you bash the car as well, I should just say, is a case of you get a lot more blood on the screen. There we go. Also, yeah, we do have to get there in one piece. So that's the other thing as well. You can't battle the car too badly. Weirdly enough, I've never failed this mission, so I don't know what happens if you do get battered. So I'm hoping we don't find out, because if we do, it's a pretty bad thing.
Okay, not a learning experience we'll have then.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Luckily, I set the estimate pretty high, 55. That's a lot higher than it actually should be.
Yeah. I mean, after all, this isn't Survivor Chat, so we're not expecting like the entire screen to be filled with rubbish.
No, exactly.
Wrong run, you see.
Exactly, wrong run.
Got another
Also,
donation here,
bad?
by the way, if you've got any time.
Yeah, go for it.
Certainly. All right, $5 from Mr. Orange, who says, Mr. White, I need to tell you something. I'm a speedrunner. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was my best read like you're dying voice.
Very good, very good.
And that one goes to the Ghost of Tsushima Japanese Voices incentive.
I believed it.
So, speaking of Mr. Orange, I'm afraid to say, Mr. Orange is a mole. That's the plot twist.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, he's working for the cops the whole time. So,
Oh,
where is
like,
he?
not like a literal mole.
No.
Okay.
Where is he? Where's Mr. Orange gone? Everybody needs to get Mr. Orange. He's a mole. Get him!
Do we have to retract that last donation then?
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh no.
It turns out he was secretly working for BSG the whole time.
I like that. Oh dear, that's good. Have we got any other ones actually for something like that? It's like he was working for BSG the whole time.
Yeah.
I've never been more betrayed.
I can't believe GDQ sent in a spy for us.
Also, nice flip and nice explosion. Let's see. Yeah, so for the most part, if you haven't watched the film, yeah, I'm sorry to spoil it like that, but we're also playing the game, which is speedrunning.
I mean, it is also a very old film.
Yes, it is quite an old film. It's like 1992, I think it came out, which puts it way older than me.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad thing, I'm sorry.
Not me, though.
Also, the car automatically repairs, and then for some reason, this is the end of Mr. Brown. For some reason, that little knock was like, ooh, I'm now dead. Ooh.
Yeah.
And Mr. White is ready, and you can tell I didn't do too well on that because I didn't get professional. Speaking of Dead as Dillinger, so this is the final mission in the game. This is probably about 50 seconds to a minute long, if that. Literally, so you think for the final level there'd be some sort of like massive shootout or something like that. There is.
Okay.
This is pretty much what it is. So at the start of the very first level, the last level is the next part of the first level. So for the most part, these cops here can be very very tricky, which luckily they don't seem to be today. Just gonna run that one. I think there's a SWAT guy. Yeah, get rid of him there. That's fine. Also, where's badges there? So yeah, so you have to just run around here like this. Now, if you go to the right-hand side of this red van here, there's a lot more shooting going on. If you go to the left, you have an easier time, I feel. There we go. Now, there should be, yes, like I say, there should be 2 SWAT guys here. I'm also going to get shot from here, because why not? Come on, on me. There we go. There, that's that. And
Okay, search the area.
also nice spawn. Time. Oh, nice. So, as it said, Dead as Dillinger. Literally is. Mr. Blue wanted a dramatic ending. He kind of got one. That's it. Have the cigar. I'm going to go out like a hero. Or a villain. Or, yeah. And that was the end of Mr. Blue, I'm afraid. So, like I said, the way that the film works is, like I said, it's very all over the place. The game also does the same thing. Now, I just want to quickly come back to this for a second, if I may. So, depending on whether you're either on the left-hand side of the scale, so being a psychopath or a professional, you'll get 2 different endings, one for each side, and you also get one for being, like, somewhere around the middle. Mm-hmm. If you're, like, say, like, between, like, the middle of it and professional, you'll get the ending, like a normal ending. You have the psychopath one, and so on. You can see that from all the times I play, I managed to keep it somewhat in the middle. That's simply because of the fact that I do not know how to get every mission as psychopath or professional. I do know that, like obviously, you can, like you say, you can hold people hostage, and that counts as professional because you can let them go, and you can use them as like doing it professionally. Apparently, that's
give them a little how did I do questionnaire.
Also, we might. So there is actually an ending cutscene for this. So this is. Yeah. But this isn't also the end of it. So this is 2 cutscenes in one. This is fine anyway, so this is all in-game. But whilst this is playing out, I just want to quickly give a few mentions as well. First of all, to Mr. Beige for being the donation reader. Mr. Blue, a.k.a. Mr. Green, whichever, a.k.a. RoboSparkle for being on commentary. My lovely crew sat behind me and everyone that managed to watch this run right now. Also Mr. White. Eventually. There you go. And I'm dead. Right, so that's the end of that. But Like I said, I wanted to give it a couple other mentions as well. Like, I'll leave the credits rolling here. First and foremost, to ESA for allowing me to run not just this game, but also Hotshot Racing on Monday over on Stream 2. Second thing is to the Reservoir Dogs speedrunning community, obviously my own community as well. I actually want to give a special mention. She's probably going to hate me for it, but my girlfriend back home, who unfortunately couldn't make it to this event, and hope that she knows that I love her. So yeah, thank you very much for everybody for supporting me during this run, and also like in general. Much love to all of you guys. So yeah, thank you very much, and hand it back over to our host, Mr. Beige.